Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for The Haves and the Have-Nots. All right, you guys, so we are in season 4, episode 4. And y'all, I'm slipping on my pen, been writing these titles down, but I kind of been doing this on my phone, and I usually do it on a computer, so I have kind of quick access to look stuff up, so I haven't been doing it. So I'm going to make sure next time I remember the name of the episode because it always ties in. So, we start the episode off with Candace and Quincy. Remember, Quincy grabbed Candace's ankle last week, so Candace jumped on the couch and was like, "Oh, you still alive?" And Quincy all like, "Candace, help me. Remember, you love me." And she was like, "Love you? Like, no. Like, you told me my son was dead. You broke my jaw." I was like, "Dang, Quincy was an abuser." I mean, I could see it, but some thug life love they booze. He dragged her outside and she got pimped out by his friends. I'm like, dang. And I'm like, dang, Candace, why you let all that happen? Like, but sometimes you gotta go through the bottom to be such a boss. So maybe that's why she act like that down. But dang, I would never. I don't know. Anyway. So whatever, Candace was just like, "No, I'm about to watch you die." She put her foot up on the couch and was looking all like literally just twiddling her toes, waiting for old boy to die. I was like, I get it after all that, especially the son part. To me, honestly, just saying the son is dead all this time, to me, that was enough to probably want him dead. But at the same time, all that time, I just thought, like, you never checked? Like, where was the body? Like, I guess maybe she thought if she would go to jail if she started looking for a body. I don't know, but you know what? No one can never, and hopefully this never happened, but I don't believe that I would think someone is dead unless I seen them dead. Like, God forbid, I don't know, somebody come up home and be like, "Oh, your husband died," and, whatever. I'm like, if I don't see the body, I'm not gonna believe that. I think I'm gonna wait all the rest of my life, like he gonna come home one day. I don't know why, that's me, but whatever. But I know that happened. Like, I remember it was a story I read about this. I'm going on a tangent. Let me get back because I got a whole bunch of stuff to do on this little lunch break. But I remember something about like somebody going throwing a board at sea or on a cruise or something, like they spouse, and like they never found them, so they just had to believe that they were dead the whole time. Like, and they were, but well, we don't know to this day, so I don't know why. If something like that happened to me, I would just have a hard time accepting it, but whatever. Anyway, y'all, I don't even know why I started talking about that. So, y'all, the cop pulls out his wiener in the back seat. What is up with this little racist, anti-gay, or cop? Like, he gonna pull Jeffrey out the car and was like, "Oh, get out." Jeffrey was like, "Don't you do this at the police station?" And he was like, "I'm gonna do something. Yeah, but we gonna check here." That was suspicion number one. Then he gonna talk about Jeffrey like, "Oh, gay guys like you make straight men like me give us a bad name, and I bet you want to do oral sex or whatever to get out this ticket." And Jeffrey was like, "No." So he turned Jeffrey around. Okay, but was Jeffrey hard for real, or was the cop just being extra? That was the only part that I wanted to know. I don't know why, but I'm like, wait, what is going on in Jeffrey's mind right now? Like, is he turned on, or is the cop just being like a super ass or whatever? So anyway, the dude gonna put Jeffrey back in the car and then get in the back seat with him, talking about, I think he even pulled it out. I was like, oh my gosh, like, Jeffrey wasn't even looking, he was just looking down. I was like, poor Jeffrey. Poor Jeffrey. But I don't know. So anyway, dispatch calls the cop and was like, "Oh, we need that Harrington son, so bring him on through," or whatever. So now the cop all scared, like, "Who are you? Why they want you?" And then he gonna try to blame it on Jeffrey, like, "Don't ever offer me sex again. That's an illegal crime." Like, dude. But like I said, his mama, that neighbor, is crazy. So I could see why he could be like, really want to do certain stuff, but because of his mama, he try to live this whole, white collar, upstanding, Quaker Protestant type lifestyle or whatever. So anyway, y'all, Quincy still dead, like, "Candace, help me. And she like, "No, die slow," right? And he was like, "Well, if I die, the kid gonna die." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "He take medicine and I'm the only one who knows where it's at." I'm like, that is just the dumbest thing ever. Like, maybe that's why Candace didn't give in, because I'm like, only one person in the whole world can give him medicine. Like, And then even if he is sick, they can't find out what it is. Because I'm like, what could it be? Like if he has seizures, that could be found out. If he has autism, that could be found out. Like what could he have that Quincy got is the only person in the world that could save him? Like, because I was like, what if he had something hereditary? But I'm like, even then, hey, they got the sisters. And I know some of them other kids got to be related to Quincy Jr. So maybe that's why Quincy was like, oh yeah, call the ambulance or I ain't telling you about his medicine. And Candace was like, no, bye or whatever. Bye, Quincy. That was a lot of hashtag last night on Twitter. Bye, Quincy. But the only thing I'm nervous about, because Quincy was like, if the son died, just know it's your fault. And I was like, gosh, I hope this kid don't die for real this time. So anyway, Q's sister is in the hood still looking for Quincy, and the homie was like, hey, the other homie know how to track phones, so let's just track his phone. So I guess we about to see y'all. And Candace don't know that that phone is under that thing. So if the sister found out where she lived, I don't know. But Candace met the sister, so I don't know. That sister, she don't seem about it. She just seemed more hood. Not hood, but like, I don't know. I think Candace could take the sister. So anyway, the DA, Lisa McDowell, aka Jennifer, talks to the judge and gets them to release $12 million to Wyatt. I thought she told Wyatt she was only going to get a little bit of it. Why is she trying to get the whole 12 mil? She could have got him 1 mil. I think that's ridiculous. And like the judge said, he hit a black girl while he was on high on drugs. Because the DA was like, oh, he's changed now. So I thought it was funny that the judge was like, he hasn't changed. But, you know, the DA told him like, oh, it's true that Jim Cryer got raped and that must have did something to him. So he is changed. Go ahead and give him the whole 12 million. I was like, oh, man. You know, I understand she wants her case to work. But, you know, I don't know what word I want to use there, but in one way, she's ruining Wyatt's life by getting her case done, even though she thinks she's probably helping Wyatt. It do sound mean, like, hey, my parents got me beat up and all this and all that. Can you help me? So maybe she do feel she doing a good thing, but we just know Wyatt crazy and really still on drugs. So we know that he don't need no $12 million. So Ward comes through with his little boo to Benny's towing, y'all, and Benny called Ward there and his other homeboy. I couldn't understand what they were saying. Mickey? Is the homeboy named Mickey? Benny calls Mickey and Ward to the tow yard because his phone is ringing off the hook and he need help. He got 12 tow trucks and, you know, he don't have nobody to do and people keep calling or whatever. So Ward get his little homegirl to answer the phone, y'all. She was like, what do I say? And she was like, Benny's towing, take a message. She literally answered the phone, was like, Benny's towing, take a message. I was like, come on now. Even like a 14-year-old girl know how to answer. I mean, even at home, if somebody called for your mama and you 9, you be like, she ain't here, can I take a message? So I was like, okay, they trying to make her seem like she the worst ghetto person in the world. But anyway, Benny gonna spill the beans. Benny is dumb. Didn't Candace tell Benny not to tell nobody? I understand Ward's the homie and Ward's like the brother. And then I understand your other homeboy was banging on you and maybe you felt pressure. All right, my sister gave me, because the homie was like, oh, how you buy this place? We were supposed to go in business together. Then you up and bought it by yourself. That's shady. And now you want me to come work for you. So the homie was mad. So maybe Benny felt backed up against the wall. But so what? Like, you don't have to say, oh, my sister got millions of dollars and gave it to me. No. Even if you don't think that, even if Benny doesn't believe that Candace did something illegal, just regular hood or just regular knowledge, you don't even got to be from the hood, tells you don't tell people when you have millions of dollars. Like, you don't tell nobody. Like, even if you really got a job that pays you $1 million, you don't tell people that. Like, people are going to start asking you for money. Like, why would you do that? So anyway, Ward is thinking like, oh, she done bought $2 million houses. She done bought this $500 tow yard. She only gave me, what, he give her 40 grand? Like, oh. So Ward is listening to all of it and he thinking about it. And then Ward gonna ask Benny, where Candace live at? Y'all. That should have triggered something in Benny, like, why you want to know where my sister live? But maybe, you know, they feel like they brother and sister. Maybe Benny didn't think nothing of it, y'all. But I was so mad at Benny for telling both of them people. And, you know, the other guy seemed like a stranger to me. Like I said, maybe Ward, because they known him forever. But I'm like, no, Benny, come on. You look what happened. You done told your mama. Look how she acting. So, y'all, Hannah back at the motel Holiday Inn. She wake up in the middle of the night like most mothers do, walking the floor when we worry, trying to figure out how we gonna make $1 out of 15 cents. She called the front desk and was like, when I gotta leave. And they was like, by Monday or pay us more. And she looked at her wallet. She only had $8. I was like, aw. And then she was like, well, I'm a maid. Maybe I could work here. And they was like, we got enough help. And so she just hung up the phone. And then she gonna call the social worker. I'm like, why would she do that? First of all, it looked like it's midnight to me. But I'm like, I don't understand, why would she call the social worker? If the social worker was looking for her and she kind of embarrassed about not having a house, the social worker wouldn't have been able to find her. So, like, not to say I want her to be on the run with the kid, but I'm like, what's the worst that could happen if she wouldn't have called the social worker until she figured it out? Like, usually it's a lot of work to give somebody a kid 1 week and literally, 4 days later take it back. So I'm like, Hannah, why are you even calling this girl? So then the DPS lady gonna say, oh, the hotel was unstable and you need a home by Monday. I'm like, dude, you met her. Okay, in the social worker's defense, she did put her job on the line for Hannah to get the baby. And now that Hannah got the baby, like, oh, now you ain't got nowhere to live. So in the social worker's defense, I do understand. But I'm like, come on, the lady house burned down. You know she didn't have nothing to do with that. You went to the house when it was perfect and fine and clean. You saw how it is before the fire. And now you saw the fire. That was a natural disaster. Well, it wasn't a natural disaster, but, it was like an accident. Like, it's not like she can't, she still got a job. Like, I don't know why the social worker's being so mean, but like I said, maybe it's because, now that she didn't put her name on the line for her, now the lady ain't got no house. But I'm like, who finds a house in 3 days? Like, if this was a real natural disaster, like, what was she supposed to do in 3 days? Like, nobody, well, I can't say nobody in the world, but it's not common for your house to burn down and 3 days later you got a new apartment. Like, even if this was like an earthquake, well, I don't, in Atlanta, I guess they don't have earthquakes, but like out here, if this happened out here, I would have to stay in a hotel. Like, so what? My kids can't come over? Somebody gonna take the kids? Like, so I just didn't like the social worker, but like I said, I understand she just trying to do what's best for the kid. That kid didn't have a crazy life, so I don't blame her. But number one, Hannah, why you call her? And number two, lady, come on now. Her house burned down. You saw it both days. Like, you saw she didn't do that. Like, what is she supposed to do? Like, I think it's kind of fair for them to stay in a hotel for a week. Like, she brought food. Like, it's clean. Like, it's better than the house he just came from. It's going to be better than a group home. Like, I just didn't get that. She getting me all riled up. Let me roll these windows down. I don't be liking to roll my windows down around here. So, we'll see what happens on Monday, I guess. So the baby woke up or whatever after Hannah was all on the phone, and the baby all hot and sweaty. So she just took the blanket off of him, but then he woke up and was like, I don't feel good. And then he was like, oh, because I don't need to take my medicine. And Hannah was like, oh, the hospital didn't say you needed medicine. If you still feel bad tomorrow, I'll take you back. And he was like, no, I feel better now. Because remember, he don't like hospitals. Number one, because his daddy and the sister turned him against hospitals, police, authority, and everybody. And then he remembered how the police and the DPS people kind of was banging on him when he was there, or kind of asking him questions, really. But, So Quincy Jr. seemed like he about to lie just to not feel sick. So hopefully this doesn't like hurt him in the long run. And that's another thing. I was like, he was in the hospital. Like, what could he have that they didn't test for? Like, because I'm pretty sure they did blood work. And usually, like, if I'm not mistaken, usually if you have a sickness that deals with stroke, you find that in the blood work. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, what could it be? I was like, it can't be asthma, because to make it seem like people die from asthma, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm not about to spend my time thinking about his illness, but whatever, y'all. Let's pray for Quincy Jr. So y'all landing all at the office working, still twiddling in David's office like he worked there. So Maggie come in like, what you doing? He was like, oh, I was just finishing up. The tabloids got the little thing about Veronica having sex with Benny, so we good. And so somebody called Maggie, and Maggie was like, yeah, get my boo David out, but not the other one. So Landon heard that. He was like, I don't feel good about this. So Maggie was going to say, good thing you not me. I was like, dang, Maggie turning crazier and crazier by the day or whatever. So whatever, Maggie got some homie that's going to get David out, and she just leaving everybody else in. But that's so, David could come out clean and he could run for governor, and then hopefully, you know, they could get together. So whatever, that's her plan. So the snitch cop lady tells the DA all the tea. So remember, like, the lady who was checking Catherine and Veronica in, so she friends with the DA. I guess the DA got her the job. So she called and reported, like, hey, you know, they still here. Jim and David still here. Oh, and guess what? Jeffrey just got arrested for DUI, so he on his way up here. And the DA tells her, put some cells 3 in a row. So it could be, you know, I guess, you know, the girls, Jeffrey in the middle, and then the guys on the other side. And she was like, oh, you trying to get me fired? You know, guys and girls can't be on the same cell, yada, 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 and whatever. I guess the DA just told her, do it. Like, I got you or whatever. So she's going to do it. So she also sent the lady the paper with Veronica cheating. So that's how the DA told one of the clerks to, oh, go drop the paper off in everybody's cell. So, yeah. What's her name? What's Wyatt mama name? I can't think of it right now for some reason. Catherine? So Catherine picks up the newspaper and was like, Veronica, are you having an affair? And Veronica was about to say no. And then she was like, well, what's this? And instantly, y'all, Veronica looked at that and was like, oh my goodness, Maggie Day is trying to destroy me. I just love how she be picking up stuff. Because I don't know, y'all. Like, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So sometimes when people be shady, like, I don't catch it. Like, I remember that happened. And one homegirl was like, you didn't see how she was acting stank? And I was like, she wasn't acting stank. So, you know, but so I love that that's like the one thing I like about Veronica Carey, how she can catch just, you know, stuff or whatever. So instantly she was like, oh my gosh, Maggie put this out. She trying to steal my man. All right, I got her. So Catherine was like, but who is this dude? And she was like, oh, nobody. Catherine's like, it don't look like nobody to me. So Veronica kind of banged on Catherine, like, look, I don't want to talk about it, okay? And I guess, you know, the hood came out and Catherine got all flabbergasted by it. So Veronica tried to calm down, like, look, I just don't want to talk about it while we was in here. And y'all, did y'all see how Veronica start twisting that little kitchen braid? I be doing that. When I'm deep in thought or I'm reading, yeah, I have a habit of twisting that little kitchen braid back there. So I thought that was funny. So y'all, Wyatt all at the house. Remember, we thought he was waiting for a boo. Come to find out, just like we thought, he was waiting for the drug man, y'all. So Wyatt come through on his crack tees, talking about, here's some jewelry and rings, like, give me the drugs. The guy was like, I'm not a pawn shop, like, give me some credit cards or something. So Wyatt give him some credit cards, and did he give him something else? So the guy gives him this little piss test solution to make your pee clean so you don't test dirty for drugs. And then he I don't know, a lot of people were saying it was a kilo, but I feel so bad, y'all. I don't really know how big a kilo is, so I don't really know how much drugs he had. And it's funny because I technically work with drugs, but legal drugs, and I still don't really know how much a kilo is. So whatever, he busted out a kilo of drugs. And then he busted out a little $5 pack. I don't really know if it's a $5 pack, but a little pack and a big pack. And then he gave Wyatt the little $5 pack, and Wyatt was like, no, I want the kilo. And he was like, no, you get the kilo when you get cash. So Wyatt just went ahead and revealed, I'm getting 10 million, 12 million tomorrow. You know, how about you give me all the drugs and you could be my main drug dealer forever. So Wyatt already planning to do drugs for life, like, or $12 million worth of drugs. I was like, oh God. So the guy is convinced, and he convinced Wyatt to let him invite the homies over. Yeah, so it's about to be a Coke and Scotch party at the Choir Mansion. Y'all, so war pops up at Candace's house. So you know what that mean, right? That mean snitching ass Benny gonna tell where his sister live. Like, what is wrong with Benny? Like, you know, like I mentioned sometimes I be giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I never give nobody that much of the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't know. I'm like, Benny, like, come on. Like, even though I know Hannah kind of sheltered him a little bit, I know Hannah taught him not to be no fool. So I just can't understand why he would tell War where Candace lived. And then I don't understand why Candace opened the door. When she heard it was War, she could have been like, hey, War, I'm on a date. Like, holler at me later or hit me up in the morning. But she opened the door and was going to kind of try to push him out. But, you know, he mad now that he got a doulode out of millions of dollars. So he was just push her in there. He pushed her in there, grabbed her, and was like, oh, why you didn't tell me you got millions? You only gave me 40,000. First of all, that job really wasn't, well, yeah, I guess it was worth 40,000, because if he would have went to jail for kidnapping a white judge it would have been more than 40,000. So yeah, I guess maybe he deserved more than that. I probably would have gave him 125,000. But so he snatched her up or whatever and pushing her in the house, and the further and further he go back, they end up tripping over Quincy's dead body, y'all. So now Ward see that Quincy is dead, and I'm just like, this is getting badder and badder, like more and more bad, like, oh my gosh. And okay, this is crazy. And even though Candace looked not stupid, but looked like kind of evil when she was like, no, bye Quincy, I'm gonna just sit here and watch you die. I don't know why I was thinking like she should have got up and poured some alcohol in the cuts to like hurry up the process or something. Like I don't know. But that's just because he took the son. Like that's the worst thing ever. I mean, and then the whole pimping out to the friends thing, that got worse. Like the more and more I kept hearing the story, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's more and more crazy. Like I just wouldn't have sat there. I mean, he was already stabbed. What else could she do? And of course, that would have been more evidence on her. But just to like pour some bleach or ammonia over his body, just to, because he was like messing with her, like talking crap, like you on your deathbed. And you telling me, you talking smart to me, like, okay, die. But whatever, another tangent, y'all. So that was it, you guys. Ward comes over. I can't believe Benny told. And now Ward sees Q, so we gonna see what happened. Is he gonna help? Is Candace gonna give him some more money? Or what? But I don't know why Ward is so hell-bent on not going legit. I mean, when he only got $40,000, so that's not really enough to... Was it a 40? Am I making that amount up? I don't know. But when Benny was asking Ward to like come into business with him, he was like, oh, I can't go legit. Like I'm a thug. But I know a lot of thugs who have businesses. Like you could get a club, but that's like a high risk business to me. Or a barber shop, or I don't know. You could even do a little arcade in the hood, like a laundromat. Like I don't know. I think thugs can still be like if he the type of thug who still want to be a thug, he could do some like a liquor store or something. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, so the preview show that Maggie show up to the jail and she threatening the DA, y'all. So I wonder what Maggie got on the DA. Like maybe she figured out the truth or something, or maybe just Maggie just doing whatever to get her little boo out or potential boo. Benny goes to Candace's house. So okay, at least Candace not dead because Benny talking to her. And he gonna bang like, why didn't you tell me about the money? I don't know why. And I first thought Benny was so cute and kind of liked him, but I don't know. Ever since that accident, Benny just been getting on my nerves. But yeah, so Benny show up banging on him like, oh, where you get the money? But I'm like, why does it matter at this? Well, I guess for his sake, because the mama won't come without it. But man, I don't know. And then, so we do see, remember they was all supposed to be lined up in three cells. So we see Veronica in one cell. The cell in the middle look empty. And then Jim and David are on the other side. Oh, y'all, Jim and David got the paper too. So Jim gave the paper to David. So now David see that Veronica was having sex. And Jim was like, oh, I could understand why Maggie don't want me and you to be friends, but why she don't want you and Veronica to be together. And David was like, what you talking about? Then he showed him the paper. So now he see. So Veronica all telling David, like, what's wrong with you? Why you acting stank? You always defend me. And then David was like, you getting harder and harder to defend. I was like, oh, poor David. So that was that, you guys. It was a pretty good episode. I think last 2 weeks was kind of better, but this was still good. It was pretty good. The little sister kind of get on my nerve. Quincy's sister, how she keep banging on the homies. I'll be like, them homies is no good, but we got all type of level thugs, and clearly they're on the beginning level of thugdom. So anyway, you guys, that was the review for Haves and Have-Nots Season 4, Episode 4. So you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video, and go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_, and that's TAMI, the letter B, and the symbol _. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye.